You are now listening to or watching the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Yeah, and if you aren't, you can head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to us now, or head on over to Drib on YouTube and watch the video version as well.
And if you'd like to stay up to date on when we're releasing a new episode or any other fun information about the podcast, you can give us a follow on Instagram at It Takes All Kinds Podcast and on Twitter at ITAC Podcast. That's ITAK Podcast.
Without saying much else, we hope you enjoy this episode.
Hello, the animatronic character.
Hello.
Wait, listen to this. Listen to this. Why is it so quiet? Ugh, it's so annoying. Guys, this is
Just turn it up all the way on your laptop. Just turn it up.
It's all the way up. See, now yours are so
No,
loud.
I turn mine up. I turn mine up
Well,
on
I have
purpose.
to turn mine down.
Yes.
Turn yours down.
No, I want to keep it that loud.
They're so loud.
It's not that loud on the podcast. I swear to God, it's not that loud.
Can you hear it now?
Yes.
I can.
Bang.
Gavin, God bless you.
It only took 2 hours to get started on the podcast, but we did it.
Who's to say?
Who's this?
I thought I had everything set, but I really didn't. Oh, everybody, episode 56. Today is Tuesday. Recording today on a Tuesday, March 29th. Don't laugh.
No, you're right. I'm trying not to.
We're going to do a do not laugh challenge.
Don't laugh
on
challenge.
Sexual.
If this is for all the listeners at home, if you start laughing at this podcast, you've lost the challenge.
That's true. The challenge starts now.
Imagine you're in quiet reading time right now,
Imagine you're in choir.
and your friend says something really funny about the book that you're reading. Maybe
Right.
it's To Kill a Mockingbird, page number 57.
56.
And the teacher has you read it out loud during quiet reading time.
Right,
Just the word, though.
Imagine your teacher says, drop everything and read.
No, you're right.
Right. Guys, today is Tuesday. We're recording on a Tuesday.
Dear time?
We're recording on a Tuesday,
Tuesday.
March
Tuesday.
29th. You're going to be hearing this on April 1st. Happy Easter month. It's the month of Easter. That means you can start thinking about eggs again.
No.
Oh, okay. We won't. I'm seeing a concert. On Friday when that was a little one there. You ever try and not laugh so hard that you start crying?
Yeah. No, that was me earlier. I was trying not to laugh, and it actually made my head really lightheaded.
Try not to laugh at this Vine compilation that I'm going to show you. Oh, guys, man, it's been a time. We've already been here for like an hour and a half, 2 hours almost
Yeah,
now.
that's what I mean. It only took
talking,
2 hours to
dicking
get
around.
Uh-huh.
I'm very busy, but I'm in a good place right now.
Me too. I'm very busy, but I'm feeling pretty good.
What
Carson.
are you busy with, Gavin?
Next week is Tech Week.
Tech Week 4,
The show I'm doing.
which is
Little Shop of Horrors. I'm playing Mr. Mushnick. I'm playing Mushnick.
I'm very sad that I won't be able to come see that because I've always
It's
wanted
my
to
last
see-
one.
Spoiler alert.
It's my last one. I'm not going to be doing any more shows.
Well, we'll see, Gavin. Who's to say?
Well, any shows while I'm in college, because it is very stressful.
Don't sell yourself short. Let's just say your last one for now. How about that? Can we?
Last one for now.
Yeah, there we go. So, guys, go see Gavin at the Two Hill Performing Arts Center.
Yep.
In Minnesota.
Go to Stiefel.
Go
It'll
to
be
the
there.
Stiefel. Yeah, I'm very sad I can't come see you, but we'll talk more about this next week. But I'm going to Los Angeles, California, home of the beautiful Walt Disney World in Anaheim, California. Also home to Universal Studios in beautiful Anaheim, California. But I'll talk more about that next week. That's not important right now. But you're in a good spot. You're feeling good.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
You'd like to elaborate on that
No,
anymore?
I had an exam, got it out of the way. We're all good. All good.
I'm really happy to hear you're all good with that. Now you don't have many exams until after the play.
Yeah, I have 3 exams after the play.
Yeah, it's not right now though.
It isn't, but it is on my plate.
That's like whenever your mom makes you eat vegetables and you just kind of put it to the side of the plate. It's on there, but you're not. You're focusing on the steak and mashed potatoes first. You're gonna focus on the steak and the mashed potatoes and gravy, and you're gonna worry about the vegetables later.
Yeah, there it is, the gay bomb.
Right. That wasn't a laugh. That was I don't like to use this word in 2022, but that was a snicker. Damn it. You set me off. I knew that one would get you.
You honestly think you're fucking funny?
No, I don't. I only am funny.
Not funny. Didn't laugh.
Gavin, we had a monumental episode last week. We had our biggest guest since we had Oprah and Obama on the same episode.
I know. I mean, it just doesn't get bigger than that.
Right, it really doesn't. No, in all seriousness, though, it seems like people really enjoyed the episode with Dr. Henry. Did you get any feedback at all?
Nobody believed me that we actually talked to a real ghost hunter.
What do you mean?
Nobody believed me.
Who didn't believe you?
Nobody.
Oh, okay.
Believe me.
I get it. I did say real in the title, so. No, but that was a lot of fun, and like I said, I think people are receiving it really well. I just put a clip out yesterday on Monday of this past week on the 28th. So you guys can go watch it on YouTube.
Turn on the notifications.
Turn the bell on. And hit the subscribe button. You can watch it on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. It's up there. I did a little bit.
Can't watch it on
Did a little
Spotify.
bit of editing to it.
Yep.
So you guys can watch that. It's kind of fun. But yeah, it seems to be doing really well. And what are your thoughts about the interview? How did you feel? We didn't really get to share our thoughts about it.
Yeah, I really didn't. We really didn't get to share our thoughts on really anything during that interview.
Right. That's why I have so much today. Is because we saved everything. I saved everything.
Trying to get it to like. There we go. That is perfect right there. Perfect. I thought the interview was good. I am happy that he enjoyed his time. It seemed.
Yeah.
And I think that he shared a lot of good stories. This is as general as I'm gonna get because I don't want to, I don't remember too much about it because,
Because you're
you're
apoplectic.
Because
Right. Well, it won't be the last time we see him.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Technically, no.
That was a weird way to say that. But yeah, no, we're gonna do a tour with him and maybe a seance, which would be interesting. And I want to get him back on at some point too. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was very interesting.
I'm sure you had a little bit more time, a little bit more intimate time with Dr. Henry while you were
a little bit alone time.
Yeah, while you were editing so you got to hear a little bit more and like.
Because I sat through and watched the whole thing and edited it.
God.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't like the 3-hour episode. That I will never do again because that was painful.
Yeah, but it was a birthday special, Carson. So
my birthday.
Yeah, your birthday, and happy birthday. Reward to you is you get to edit clips.
Thank you.
For 3 hours.
Thank my birthday.
For a 3-hour show.
Thank you. Yeah, so I did get to listen to it again. And it was fun. I actually didn't hate sitting there and having to edit an hour-long video.
Right.
Because I enjoyed it so much, and re-listening to it kind of like answered some questions that I had like after the show.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, well, after and during and whatever.
Show questions I had.
It really helped answer. But I sent him a link to the video and stuff like that, and he was like, "Oh, that's really cool. Like, how's feedback going with it?" And I was like, "Oh, people are really liking it, yada yada." So yeah, he seemed excited about it even after, which was good. So yeah, hopefully in the near future we'll do that little outing with him, going and taking it. We'll go on tour with him.
We got the light. We're gonna bring that light with us.
Yeah, I actually have a little boy's light that we'll bring.
Oh, I know which light you're talking about.
Yeah,
that's why I looked at you like that because I was like, "What light is he talking about?"
Yeah,
like why would? Yeah,
it's a little boy's light.
Yeah,
it's for little boys to use for lighting.
Yeah,
little
yeah,
boys
yeah,
like.
absolutely.
I think the one thing, maybe my one, I guess I would say complaint. It's not really a complaint because I still loved it. It was so much fun. Was that even after re-listening to it, I felt like, and I understand why, and I told you this too after, is that, oh, and by the way, here's this book. I did order it. This is my copy.
And he mailed it out. He actually, he
works for
he was-
Amazon.
he was a courier.
I did buy it from Amazon. Sorry, it was the cheapest place to buy it. I guess I probably shouldn't have said that. I bought his
Thank you,
book. I
Carson.
bought it for the full amount and the best way I could. No, I did buy his book, and I'm going to read it after I finish the book I'm already reading. So I might be reading that on my trip to
What's
Los
the book?
Angeles.
What's the book that you're currently reading?
Fuck, what is it called? I don't remember. It's something about it's like learning.
Learning.
It's like learning
You know,
shit. I don't remember what it's called. It's something about like getting a better like workflow habit thing. It's a boring.
It's a self-help book.
Yeah, more or less. You know,
Self on how to learn how to come.
right? How to learn how to come again. No, it's a good book, and but I just started it, so. But I'm excited to read this, so I want to speed through this one in a good way. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So the one thing that I felt was that I wanted to get more into
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Honestly, really,
I wanted to get more into like twist the other sister. I wanted to get more into like
Which
you're
sister?
definitely loosen it up.
Which one?
One of them twists the other way, the other one twists the other way. You got to figure out which one. I won't tell you because I don't remember.
Oh, I figured it out.
Okay. So the
I get
one
to
thing
straddle it now.
the one thing I wish that we could have gotten more into was like how am I trying to say this?
I'm
What's
sorry.
going on?
I'm thinking about like straddling.
Wrapping
Thinking about the way I'm
wrapping your whole body.
wrapping my legs and everything around this mic stand. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I wish we could have got like fuck, how am I trying to explain this? Like I wish we could have gone
I wish we could have
into-
socked the hell out of him and gotten more information out of him.
and taken all of his money.
And taken all his money and ran.
I wish we could have gotten more into like
The ghosting.
I want to say yeah,
On how
I
to
guess
ghost
so.
somebody
More
correctly.
like stories about stuff. Like whenever I
remember-
wanted to get some
I
sort
do
of
remember
like,
you telling me about that.
Right.
Your singular gripe about some random shit. You know, you're just always griping. You're always griping to me all the time. Just nagging me and nagging me and nagging me.
Listen, buddy, if you wouldn't sit there over and I don't like to use this word, especially in 2022, but if you wouldn't sit over there and snicker all the time, maybe we could get through some things.
You aren't you when you're hungry.
My one complaint is that I kept trying to ask, like, tell us like your scariest encounter, your scariest story, and I asked a few times and I couldn't really get it out of him.
Yeah,
I even
think,
tried to squeeze him.
See, I think saving our laughs is
Saving Private Ryan. Go on.
saving our laughs is a great way to make the show a lot funnier for us because we like to commit ourselves to the most serious crimes. I mean, the most serious. We want to conduct ourselves in a serious manner,
Right.
and I think that holding our laughs is probably for the best.
I think after last episode, what we realized is we don't want this show to be funny anymore.
No, you're right. You're right. No, we don't.
We're actually going to be a true crime podcast now.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
It's like edging. What?
I think you're right. I wouldn't say he avoided the question. I think he answered. I think he answered a version of the question that we asked, but not the question that we asked.
Yeah, like he wouldn't go into detail about
yeah.
like certain stories.
But that's
like,
okay.
And some of the things like
But that's okay. He's just a guy.
some of the things I could tell it was like, you know, like whenever I asked about the Limp Brewery thing, like that would have been stepping on someone else's toes about the story that they would tell about
Right.
their tour. And I realized after that it was like, I think the stories he wanted to say he saves for his tour and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
you know
for
what I mean?
sure he does. Yeah.
which is fine. And like I
Because
understood that
he
after.
did tell the story about the letter that he has that basically he's been saying, no, not that one, but the one about like his family before the show.
Yeah.
Did you put that in the show? The one he talked about, I don't know. There was one where he
Yeah,
had
I
like
think I
this
did.
letter and
Yeah,
like,
it had to do with the mother-in-law house though.
Did it?
Yeah, because
Uh,
the
whatever.
the
But
person who was related to him
yeah,
might
that's
have
what I
had
mean.
it.
Yeah.
Oh no,
No, that's what I mean.
no, the lady in white,
Lady in white, yeah.
which was not the mother-in-law
Yeah.
house. My bad.
That's what I mean. As
She in
he,
here?
yeah, she is.
Um,
That was he does mention that. That's like the first thing he mentions. Basically, just getting everybody
cool.
credibility. That like he has been in St. Charles,
Right.
not just some guy who lives in like.
Which is probably why he gave it to us.
Yeah,
But no,
yeah.
I'm not mad that he
Yeah,
didn't.
no, I'm
share.
pissed
I
off.
just I just wanted to get more of like a. I just needed something to clickbait.
Yeah. I
God
mean,
damn
you
it, I'll
did.
be honest.
I mean,
I did
you
clickbait.
did clickbait with the ghost summoning.
No, I didn't, dude. He summoned a
The
ghost,
ghost.
and you can watch it
Yeah.
over at Drib on YouTube. We don't have a special URL.
How do you get one?
Gavin. I'm gonna hold off on that.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold off on the thing I was about to do and do something else.
Okay.
I'm gonna do something I'm gonna
So-
regret. I'm gonna do something I'm gonna regret. The Oscars.
Okay. Yeah. So the Oscars were this weekend, and just some absolute violent, horrible shit happened during this. That
What happened?
Will Smith smacked Chris Rock.
Chris Brown slapped Rihanna.
No.
Oh, shit. That's a
That
different-
was not
sorry.
on stage.
Go on. Sorry. I get this mixed up.
Shoot, you made me lose my train of thought. Oh yeah, Will Smith smacked Chris Rock on stage
Yes.
for talking about Jada Smith's alopecia. Alopecia, and it honestly just goes to show just how violent. I don't know where this is going. Just to show how fucking violent and horrible and terrible. Chris Rock could have died from Will Smith's smack.
Right.
There's no jester's rights nowadays, and it really gets under my nerves. I get so mad about seeing all these things about how Hollywood's the elites, Hollywood's all these people, and they're so elegant, and But the thing that pisses me off the most, is that you aren't allowed to make jokes anymore. It's always just cancel culture all the time.
Right. I keep thinking about what you said. I'm trying not to laugh so hard, and it's making me cry.
Okay, you can let it out. I know you're really upset about it.
Will Smith smacked Chris Rock for talking about Jada's porn. I mean,
Sorry. That's the thing is
I
that
didn't know where that was going, and I keep trying to say something more about him, and every time I try to, I start laughing.
it's really shameful. It shows how terrible Hollywood is nowadays with all this superhero movie violence and
Right,
these
we should be allowed to
and the
talk
Batman.
about Jada's porn, alopecia. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you should be. You should, and
There it is.
and we know
That's what I've been trying to get out for like 5 minutes now.
we know that
The animatronic characters here do get a bit quirky.
I can't do it anymore, dude.
but the Oscars happened.
Right, Oscars.
And
Excuse me.
I have seen some of the worst takes I've ever seen ever on
Yeah.
Twitter this weekend. Unironically, I've seen some pretty terrible, just shitty takes. Judd
On both sides.
on both sides.
Right.
Judd for one of them, and then, unironically, the Jester's Rights thing was pretty funny.
Yeah, I wanted to go more with that. I literally just couldn't. I couldn't stop laughing thinking about how you said. I can't mention it again because I'm gonna start laughing too much. But it made me laugh really hard, and I couldn't even. We were gonna do a whole bit about it. I couldn't even
Jester's
do it.
privilege. That's what it is.
Ah, damn it! Well, you fucked Jester's
Sorry.
rights. It's funnier, I think.
Yeah, Jester's Rights.
Protect Jester's rights. But yeah, really bad takes coming out of it, and I mean, first of all, let's both share our opinion. I'll go first. Thank you. First of all, I think that
I mean, to be honest with you, it was one of the most unhinged things I've seen on
Right.
TV. But
It was so weird.
it's I couldn't stop watching it because it is just kind of like this happened.
It was
And
just bizarre. Like, just like,
there are people that think it's staged, and I don't think it was staged.
no,
because
I would be the first one to call bullshit on that, and you know that. And I was like,
he's
nah,
he's a professional bullshit artist, by the
right.
way.
I'm a bullshit artist, motherfucker.
He's a Bolshevik artist.
Yeah. So when I first saw it, I was like, wait a minute. And I watched the whole clip, and I'm like, oh no, that's real.
I think it's especially real because they muted the mics,
Right.
and
Well, neither of them would risk saying
Yeah,
that shit on
but
live television.
I think and the mic coverage for Will Smith saying keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth was really bad.
Yeah.
It is like a room mic.
Right.
You know, like that was captured from a room mic.
Right.
That wasn't just like
He wasn't
yeah,
mic'd.
he wasn't mic'd.
No, and he wouldn't have said that shit on live television.
Right. But he did.
But he did. Yeah, it was just like watching the whole clip. It's just
It's
just
really
like
bizarre.
so. It's just weird because it like goes the whole clip. You like see him laughing, and when the joke is told, he keeps kind of laughing, and then Jada goes from like smiling to like sourpuss.
Yeah, and then
it cuts back, and then everybody's laughing. Will Smith comes on stage. They're all laughing because like, oh, what's Will gonna do? And then the smack happens, which was like it was a pretty hard smack.
It looks hard, and
then
Yeah.
Will Smith turns around, and he's kind of like smirking, and he
Yeah.
like does this
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and you're like, oh shit, like that was a pretty hard smack, but like maybe that was like a planned joke that could have been funny.
yeah.
And then he goes to sit down, and then that's when it's like,
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
yeah, it was just everything about it was just so weird.
Like the weird,
like,
the crazy thing is how how he was
Yeah.
like after Chris Rock was still able to stand up after that and be like, what the fuck? Basically,
Right.
he's like, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
and then he's like, greatest night in television. He did it. I condemn.
Greatest smack cam.
I condemn Chris Rock for holding it together as well as he did.
I condemn him for it.
Sorry, I
Fuck you, Chris Rock. You should have fallen over
not
and
condemn.
died.
You're right. What's the word I'm looking for? It's the other one.
Uh,
I praise Chris
Yeah.
Rock. I give praise to Chris Rock for
it was a good
holding it
improv.
together as well as he did.
They're good improv artists.
Whenever he learned that. And yeah, I think he held it together really well. But it's just like it was such a weird moment, and it was fucked up that Will did it. He apologized. I don't really feel like going into like the psychological details of like, oh, Will shouldn't have done that because
yeah,
of this.
but
and
we
like,
have more
all
important things to
this.
worry about, like Ukraine.
Joke. I know you're making a joke, but like in all honesty, yeah.
That was one of the takes, like immediately after I saw it, and I was like,
Which is true.
It's true.
It's just it's corny to say it, but it is
Yeah.
true. And that's kind of my stance. Is like, I'm like, listen, it was a fucked up thing to do. He shouldn't have done it. He apologized. I don't think he needs his Oscar revoked. Let me just say that.
yeah, well,
first and foremost.
there have been some pretty horrible shit that has happened in the past for Hollywood.
Right.
bigots,
There's people
like-
who have
like done
Harvey
much,
Weinstein has 81 Oscars. And he's gotten none of them revoked. And he's definitely fucked little kids.
and women.
And probably, what's the other? Kevin Spacey probably also has awards that he should get revoked, but no one's talking about that. I don't think Will Smith needs his Oscar
No,
revoked.
absolutely not.
I think he should have gotten it. I think the standing.
I didn't watch the
I think
movie.
the standing ovation. I haven't either. I think the standing ovation that he got was kind of weird too. But again, it's just like, oh my god, who cares? It was a weird, fucked up moment, and now people are making a race thing, and there's a war on this. It's just fucking stupid. You know what I mean?
It's funny because I saw takes that were like, "Oh, I can't wait for somebody to like start talking about how it's like a race thing."
They
and
are.
then it immediately started turning into a race thing, and like it was like Hollywood's violent now, and everything Hollywood elites don't know are just going crazy now.
Right. And the thing is like,
Quinn just texted us, "Holy fuck," because I sent that NFT.
oh, nice. The thing is like, I don't even want to go into the details of like what people are saying too much besides the dumb takes. And I don't want to go into the details of like why people are saying it's a race war or a race thing. If you want to know, look it up yourself. I don't want to get into
Make
it
your
because
own
it's
takes.
so fucking dumb and it's stupid.
I will say that's
Think
one
for
of the-
yourself for
Yeah.
once.
Sheep.
If you want to jab, if you want to poke, think for yourself.
Yeah. I think that's one of the best parts about Twitter is that for a brief moment, for a fleeting moment, everybody's in on the same joke. And
Right.
and it was really cool to see like just everybody be like, huh? Like
And that was
like,
funny.
That was funny. And then by
For about 5 minutes.
Yeah. By like 10 a.m. the next day, I was like, holy shit, if I see another thing about this, I'm done.
Right.
TikTok is still not over it. I'm not going to lie.
No,
I still
every
see,
social media is still not over.
Yeah.
And, like, that's fine. Like, obviously, when something big like that happens, it's going to keep getting memed upon it. And that's whatever. It's just the other stupid takes and just people, like, taking it to a place it shouldn't be. It's just so fucking dumb. Like, it happened.
Zoe Kravitz made a take as well, and she got canceled.
Really? I thought hers was funny. I wouldn't even get into that because
hers
I don't
was
need to get onto
hers
any
was-
list either.
Hers was funny. You're right. But
Right.
people were really pissed off about it.
Yeah, whatever. It was a fucked up thing to do. I don't think what Chris said was that big of a deal, but it's, it was to, almost called her G.I. Jane. It was to Jada. And that's what, and that's to her, but none of it should have happened either way. It doesn't matter.
It's also just a shitty joke.
It was a bad joke. It was approved by, it was probably not even written by Chris Rock.
No,
You know what I
exactly,
mean?
yeah.
It has to be approved by the Academy, and it's
It
just
may
fucking stupid.
look off script too. I think there were
And the other thing, real quick.
all the jokes were mostly. I didn't watch the whole thing,
No,
but
never
there
mind.
were
I
some
was-
really bad jokes.
Right. It was
I
stupid.
showed you one of them,
It was dumb. I was going to say something else, but it's going to get into the race side of it, and I just don't care.
and you were really racist.
I am very racist. That's a joke. Please don't say that. Gavin, I think that I don't want to talk anymore about this from our own opinions. I think we need to talk to an expert who was there when it happened. And we have an exclusive from a celebrity who was there. And I say let's give him a call. It's a very big moment, guys. This is all because of the ghost episode. Oh, jeez. God, I really hope he answers. He's a really busy person. Hello?
Hello,
Yeah, who is this?
this is presidential candidate Donald Trump.
Oh, Don. Wow, Donald
we got
Trump.
the Don on here.
Yes, yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. I knew we were calling a celebrity, but I didn't know we were talking to.
Yes, the A-tier, most high celebrity, yes, most humble.
Wow. Jeez.
And you were at the Oscars.
I was not. Saw the incident on television the other night.
Well, that's weird because I said we were going to call somebody who was at the Oscars. Is what I said.
That's my agent. I'll have to fire her. You're fired.
Okay. So
The
so
classic line that he says right there. You said it, the Don.
So
Thank you.
So Donald, you weren't there. You just watched it on TV.
Correct.
Okay. Well, that's the same thing we did.
Well,
That's not the opinion we were looking for. We were looking for somebody who was who was there.
What do you mean he was there?
Are you sure you weren't there, Donald? You
No,
told me you were
no,
there.
might have
Maybe you
been.
just forgot.
I think I was.
Oh, you were there. That's right. I was thinking you
Yes.
told me because how else would I be calling you if you didn't tell me that?
Yes, I was playing a practical joke.
Oh man, Donald really got us there, didn't he,
Yeah, I
Gavin?
did.
Donald.
Can you hear Gavin? Okay, Don.
Slightly.
Okay.
I heard that you hit a hole in one, and I heard that you had to make a big announcement about this. What are your thoughts on what do you have to say about that press release? I think that's amazing. Like, can you explain yourself a little bit more there?
I'm the best presidential golfer in the history of ever. I got the ball, I put it on the tee, and I hit it. And it went in the hole. What do you expect?
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
He did it in the presence of famous golfers.
That's true. That's amazing, Don. Well, as much as I'd love to talk about golf more, I want to talk about. I want you to tell me what it was like to be there when Will Smith smacked Chris Rock in the face. Like, tell me the whole story. What was the
I'll tell you. It was,
feeling of the room and everything?
Chris Rock, he can really work up a crowd. He worked up Will Smith. He got him hot and bothered.
Right.
Jada.
Sounds like
she's
you're
out
kind of
there.
hot and bothered.
Yes, I do. I do get hot and bothered from time to time. This is true.
I get it. Go on.
Yes. Chris opened his mouth about Will Smith's lovely wife, just lovely, just a beautiful woman. That's why all the men are all over her. I understand.
Right.
Much like my daughter, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh, Jesus.
All the women are on Jada Smith, or all the men are on Jada Smith. Yep. And, Chris Brown decided to talk about her.
Wait, Chris Brown?
I could do with or without the hair. It's okay. Fine by me. I'm a big supporter of all African-American hair. I love it all. White, black, I love it.
What about bald?
And Chris Rock, he said his piece about Jada's hair. Will Smith, he laughed at it for a little bit. Very good friend of mine, Will Smith. I love it when he smacks people.
Right.
But Jada was not too happy about the joke. So Will got on stage and he let it rip on old Chris Rock there.
Did he fart on him?
I wouldn't use that term, no.
Well, you said he ripped on him.
Oh, he ripped him real good. Ripped a slap right in his face.
Oh.
Slap. Okay.
So what I'm hearing right now, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that you're saying that Will wasn't the one who wanted to do it. You saw Jada look over at him and say, "Go rip him. Go rip on him."
Yeah, she said, "Go rip him a new one," and he did.
Jesus,
yes.
That is insane. Now, what are your thoughts on Chris Brown?
Did a great job as a donkey in Shrek. I loved him.
I think you got that mixed up.
Pretty sure that was Eddie Murphy.
Chris Brown. He also likes.
Chris Rock was a zebra in Madagascar.
I asked him about Chris Brown.
Oh, okay.
Because he mentioned Chris Brown. I just want to know what he thought about Chris Brown.
Okay, yeah.
I know he's a big fan of rappers like A$AP Rocky, Kodak Black.
I do like A$AP Rocky, strong advocate.
Right. Any more thoughts on Chris Brown at all?
No.
I appreciate you being frank with me, Mr. President.
Of course.
Well, I appreciate you having feet on the ground or whatever the saying is, and being able to recount what happened when you were at the Oscars, because you were there.
I was there.
You were there, and you told me how you were there and how you wanted to tell us about it. So
I did.
Listen, I appreciate you telling us about that, and I don't want to waste any more of your time because I know you're a very busy man.
Let me say one more thing. Let me say one more thing.
Please.
If I was in office, this incident would not have happened. Black on black crime has never been lower than when I was in office, and Joe Biden just screwed the pooch.
That's true. I did check the numbers and the statistics in that. It's true.
Out.
I just check out. We're looking at the numbers right now. You sent them over to me, and I'm looking at them.
I did. Yep.
Wow, Mr. President. We think, I know you don't come on too many podcasts. You were just on Nelk a couple weeks ago, so I appreciate you.
Yes, I love to full send.
Right, you love full sending. I know that, and.
Would you say you full sent Putin?
Don't get me started on that.
Oh, Jesus, we got to let him go, or he's going to get talking about windmills again. All right, Mr. President, thank you so much. Gavin, any last words to Mr. President?
Thank you so much, Don.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Don. Hey, I'll call you later, okay? We'll talk about playing golf.
Absolutely. God bless America.
All right, loves and kisses. Tell Melania I love. Wow, the president. I was
not expecting that. I didn't know he had his number like that.
I was not expecting it, but yet I somehow knew that we were calling him. I'm glad we could get. I'm glad we could get.
It was an anonymous tip line.
I got an anonymous tip once working at a restaurant called Faggio's.
Okay.
It's $500. It was in a check, and I found it outside.
Okay.
I'm really happy that we could get somebody who was actually there at the Oscars to see the slap, and really, I think that puts the kibosh on it right there, knowing that President Donald J. Trump, Donald John President, was there, and
we can put the can of beans back in the closet.
Right, and I'm just happy to I just couldn't agree more that he wouldn't
Donald John President.
He wouldn't have let that happen if he was in the office. Let me take a drink if that's all right. And that's really all I have to say. Gavin, I have a present for you.
Madam Secretary, I
I stand for the state of Ohio.
Turn it up.
Birthplace of presidents, father of aviation, and mother of astronauts. Home to working men and women who appreciate a president that puts America first. A president who defends our brave law enforcement officers. I am Bob Paduchik, son of Anthony and Judy Paduchik, and I cast Ohio's 82 votes for Donald John President.
That's so
There
cool.
it is.
That's so cool.
I love it. Gavin, I got a gift for you. I got it just for you. You were just admiring mine, and now I got you one. I have one for yourself. You're opening it very slowly.
Why is it's upside down?
Now I gotta tell you. Now I gotta tell you something. Be very careful with that glass because it pops out very easily.
All right.
Because that's how you put things in and out of it. I've had these printed out for a while and have been wanting to.
You had it. You had
get
it.
them framed.
You've been hiding it. You've been hiding it. From
I've
me?
been hiding.
Yeah. Okay.
And we wanted to get it framed for a while, and finally I was able to go get some frames. And so, if you'd like to show everybody, for the audio listeners at home, I gifted. Nope. I'm so burpy right now. I gifted Gavin a framed poster version of our logo, which you can go get right now at. No, see, you can't buy it. But yeah, that's our new logo.
We got a compliment on this, by the way. Someone really likes.
Oh,
it.
who?
They like the new design.
You don't have to say who.
One of my
cousins.
No, one of my
Christian brothers.
one of my cast members.
Oh, cool.
In the musical.
They just came up and said
I posted it and they're like, love the new design.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We'll tell them I said thank you because I made it. So you really shouldn't be taking any of the credit for it.
I said I'll tell my buddy.
Who made it? You said who made it, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
What do you think of
I
it?
definitely said that.
Are you going to hang it up?
Yeah,
I think you can make it like a setup buoy. There's a little buoy in the back that you can make it like if you want to put it on a table.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that off unless you're going to, so.
Well, the thing is that I have to take it out and put it upside down. Because there's no thing down here. You have to put it in here. So I had to put it here.
That's not how you mount it. You mount.
No, I mean like with this, so I can set it up.
Sure, but when you want to hang, you don't want to hang it up?
I don't. The thing is that I don't have any nails at my apartment.
I can give you a nail. I have nails here if you want a nail.
Yeah.
Or it's just a thumbtack. It's not that heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, really glad I got you that.
No, I'm just kidding. I do appreciate it. Thank you.
The print quality is pretty all right. It's pretty good, honestly. It looks pretty good.
The glass is good.
Glass is fine. Could break at any moment.
Wow. This is really tight. This thing's tighter than Tiger Woods.
What is that? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Well, there you go, Gavin.
What?
I'm just saying. There you go.
What are you looking at?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay. No, I thought that you wanted me to put it like I could put it up on my desk.
Wherever you want to put it, dude.
Cause I just don't have a lot of stuff hanging. I only have like 3M hooks. I'm not sure a 3M hook would fit in here.
It might. I'll give you something. Unless you want to put it up. I don't really.
Yeah. Can you put cardboard in here?
Unless you want to set it up, then you can just flip it. It's super easy. But don't do it right now. Don't do it right now, please. Don't.
Okay. Yeah.
Do it. We're not doing Home Improvement with Tim Allen.
Speaking of people who are canceled.
And speaking of,
Bumblebee, stop lubricating the man.
do you want to talk about that at all?
What, the Batman?
No, this clip. You told me a couple weeks ago you wanted me to pull it.
Bumblebee, stop lubricating the man.
I love that clip. That's top 10 favoriteest moments in Transformers. In the Transformers series. No, the reason why I had you pull that is because the guy he's lubricating on is the Falcone character in the Batman. And
Not Macaroni.
No, not Macaroni, Falcone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were one night having a late night FaceTime as
Madam
we do every day.
Secretary, I stand for the state of Ohio. Bob Paduchik, son of Anthony and Judy Paduchik, and I cast Ohio's 82 votes for Donald John President.
We were having.
Holy fuck. Sorry.
I think we just got blasted by a laser. We were having a late night FaceTime, as we sometimes do, and we started talking about that. And you're like, "Yeah, he was in the Transformers," and I was like, "Oh, show me." And then Gavin pulls this clip.
Bumblebee, stop lubricating the max.
And would not stop laughing for about 20
I mean,
minutes.
now it's not funny because it's out of context.
I still think it's funny. I laughed whenever I pulled it out of YouTube the other day.
Context.
It's still funny though.
Whatever.
Jesus Christ, Gavin. Can you please get a hold of yourself?
Mary on a cross.
Mother Mary on a cross. Gavin, do you remember?
No.
I was having to think about it.
You're double thinking right now.
Double thinking. I love that police song. I was thinking about malls recently.
Why?
Because somebody posted. There was two. One of the posts I just saw yesterday.
Were two somebody's.
One of the posts I saw yesterday that made me think of malls and unlocked a whole
Darth Maul.
unlocked a whole memory chain I had lost. I thought forever, and then the other one I saw 2 weeks ago, and it was another thing that brought back a whole memory chain that I thought was lost because of my
Memory
trauma.
bank.
Because I replaced it with the Spank Bank. I threw out the memory bank when I turned 13, and I opened up the Spank Bank, where I put images of
Yeah.
cartoons,
Yeah. You know the like this. Yeah.
like Barbie and
Like Chris Rock and.
I saw two images. The first one was the one that really unlocked place in my brain, and that was a picture of a mall trampoline. Do you know what I mean whenever I say that?
Uh-huh.
There used to be, and I want to hear people tell me so I'm not
Say
crazy.
it to me right now.
I want you to tell me so I'm not crazy. There used to be in the mall, in like the middle of the mall.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. You don't have to
Excuse me,
explain it.
explaining it to everybody. Where there'd be like an opening where you could like see into the top level, but then there was an opening at the bottom, and then they would have a trampoline, but it was like a trampoline you put on the water. It was like not a regular trampoline.
It was one that had harnesses on it.
But we'll get to that in a minute. I'm still talking about the trampoline. It was kind of like
Uh-huh.
donut shaped almost, and it was
Donut.
like floppy on the sides. It wasn't like a stiff metal boy, baby, girl.
Yeah.
And you had like a harness on you, and then it had like two like it was like a Y-shaped thing with bungee cords that would strap. To
It was like you were
waist.
bungee jumping out of the mall.
Yeah, on a trampoline. Which I used to see those all the time, and I never got to go on one when I was a kid.
And
I just saw that, and it made me think about how I never got to go on those, but I would always see them. I was like, man, that would be cool.
I was always scared.
Did you ever do it?
No.
So you never did it either.
No.
But those, like, I only have a memory of those for like when I was a kid. Like, I don't have any like teenage memories of seeing those. So like,
I like seeing them in dead malls.
I haven't seen one since I was a kid, since I was dead. Have you seen one recently?
I mean, I haven't been to the mall really. No.
Fine. And then the other thing I saw, literally
Especially that
yesterday.
mall.
Literally yesterday was. Do you remember how the old Hollister stores were set up?
Yeah.
Where it was literally
Dark.
like a beach cabana.
Yeah.
From the outside, and it was dark, and you'd walk by, and it was just like Axe body spray just hit you
Yeah.
right in the gullet. Someone posted a picture of the outside of one of those, and I was like, oh my God, again, like every time I'd be at the mall, I'd walk by, and I was like,
Right by the
I'd be
trampoline.
like, man, what's going? Probably, I would walk by, and I'm like, man, I want to go in there, but like, I was too young to understand it was just a clothing store. I was like, what even is it? Like, I don't even get what it is.
Right.
I'm about to just give you that other fucking stand. I swear to God.
Sorry, I just want it right here, but it keeps falling.
Well, the first time I set it up, it was right there, and I cranked it down, and then you have to keep fucking with it every time.
Sorry.
No, I don't care. But I saw that Hollister thing, and again, it was just like unlocked a new memory. And then I started thinking about how I used to have these reoccurring dreams when I was a kid.
About the mall?
All about the mall. I'm swear. I'm swear. I would have these reoccurring dreams about the mall every single time. What?
Bang.
I would have these reoccurring dreams about the mall a lot as a kid, where I would be at the second floor of a mall. It was a 2-story mall, and I was at the second floor, again, at one of those openings. There wasn't a trampoline there, though. It was just the opening. And there was a balance beam that went from one side of the top floor to the other, but you had to hop over the railing to walk across it.
What drugs were you on?
And every single time in this dream, I would climb over the railing and I would start walking along it, but I would get so scared. And I don't remember falling at any point, but I would just wake up in fear because I was scared of falling, which is a fear I have of falling, which is like why those dreams, I think, happen. But I would have them all the time, to the point where I literally thought that was an actual thing at the mall. I thought there was a thing you could walk across. Not joking. As a kid, I literally thought that there, and I was like, I would get like nervous about it. And I didn't want to tell anybody, but I would just think about like, oh man, where's that balance beam thing at? And I thought it was like in real life. I really, like, the dreams got to me so bad that I thought it was a real thing. And like, I still will have dreams occasionally, and maybe I'm not alone in this, where like, I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh shit, I got $700. I just got $700. And I'm like, no, I didn't. That was a dream. Like, I still have a thing where, like, whenever I wake up, I sometimes think that the dream actually was in real life, but, like, at a different time. You know what I mean? I need to go to a hospital.
Oh,
Do you ever have that at all?
the animatronic characters here do get a bit quirky.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've had
Reach
recurring
a
dreams
new,
before, but
younger audience.
That was weird. These clips are fucked. This soundboard really is chapping my fucking ass. Why does it play the whole thing? Do you ever have dreams where you like wake up and you're like, oh shit, is my grandma okay? Do you ever have dreams like that? Seriously?
yes, I do.
Okay, so I'm not alone.
Yeah.
But have you ever had one where like you still think it? Like way later on, and you have to.
There was a period of time where I think it was during quarantine where I couldn't tell what I was dreaming was real or not.
That's
because
not
I kept sleeping so much. So I would wake up and I would believe something had just happened.
Okay, listeners, that's when you know you have a problem. So
Yeah.
when you start having issues like that, probably best to figure it out.
Well, then I would just go 48 hours without sleeping. No, I was kidding. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? No.
Yeah, I
did.
opened up a credit card on here. What time is it? Okay, 50 minutes in. I opened up an Apple Pay thing by an accident. I just got to make sure I take that off.
I can't tell if you're being real or not.
Serious. You do the double click and Apple Pay comes up, and I double clicked it. And I think it's... Okay, never mind. It shows the last 4, but that's okay.
Okay. All right. Why did you ask me?
We got to shut this down.
Why'd you ask me about that?
Because I was just thinking about it. About the dreams thing or about the mall?
About the dreams thing and the mall.
Because the mall thing made me think about dreams, and then I was like, wait, has that ever happened to Gavin?
Yes, it has happened to me.
Okay, so I'm not I just thought, like, I didn't know if I was alone in that. I have a new segment.
I'm a little
have a new
confused as to
segment.
why you brought that up.
I was just thinking about it. Is that okay?
No.
What, are you going to put me up on the fucking cross?
Yeah, you're canceled. I'm putting you on the
Jesus
cancel
Christ.
culture.
First we have
shopping
Donald
block.
Trump on, and now you're canceling me?
Yeah.
Gavin, I have a new segment.
www.truecar.com.
True Social.
Uh-huh.
I have a segment I would like to introduce. It's my own segment that you can be a part of, but it's still my segment.
Movies I'm watching.
No.
Carson's Cinema Corner.
And I think I just want to introduce the segment with the theme song for the segment. May I?
Go ahead, be my guest.
Look what I found. 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 Look what I found.
Gavin, this is a new segment I would like to call Look What I Found. And that was the theme song for my segment, Look What I Found. So this is a segment where I find something interesting and do a bit of a deep dive on it and present it to you, Gavin, and to the audience.
All right, let's hear it. What do you got? What'd you find this week, Carson?
So
What
this
you listening
week,
to this week?
what am I listening to? Well, this week this was. Let me take a drink.
You pop my neck and never wake up.
Pop that pussy. This week, I recently stumbled upon something on Instagram. And it was about 2 or 3 in the morning whenever I found
2 or 3 women in one.
Jada Smith's porn. I mean,
Okay, yeah.
what do Kim K and Jada Pinkett Smith have in common?
Ray J?
Right. Yep. That's where I was gonna go. No, they both fucked Tupac.
Oh.
So
okay.
I stumbled upon this thing at about 2 or 3 in the morning on Instagram Reels. Right? It's like the TikTok. Dude, did you just smoke? Dude, you gotta get off indica. What are those? What's the TikTok
You're
copy
right,
of an
Reels.
Instagram?
Reels, you were right.
I was scrolling through Reels, what I do every night because I don't like TikTok. Jesus Christ on a stick.
So you see some pretty fucking terrible content on Reels.
Yeah, but I have a lot of fun with it, and I am glad I do.
I mean, like, I've seen some of the worst content ever on. There's one where it's like and I'm not kidding. It's like a drawn McDonald's fry, and then it's like a real McDonald's fry right next to it, and it's like, which one's fake?
I see stuff like that
Yeah.
too. Oh man, I should. Oh dude, I got another. Look what I found.
Yeah.
Sometime soon of another thing I found on.
So is this a
Instagram
weekly thing
Reels.
now, or when are you doing?
Whenever
Okay.
I want to. This could be the last time.
Could
This might be the only time this
yeah.
segment pops up.
Can I
So-
do look what I found?
No, it's my segment.
Okay.
No, you can if you want to. I'll allow it.
Okay.
You have to give me a heads up though, because I have the.
I
theme
gotta give you
song.
head.
You got. You got to give me head to do it.
Yeah.
Scrolling through Instagram Reels at about 2 or 3 in the morning one night when I discovered a sport. A sport.
I think I have an idea of what it is, but
Tell me right now.
it's where you
I'll
play
give you $100
like,
if you're right.
you play like volleyball with your feet.
Absolutely.
Okay. Where like like
Did you know you can kick the ball in volleyball? That's something I learned from watching Instagram Reels.
No, seriously.
Yeah. In volleyball, it's legal to kick the ball in the air as long as it doesn't touch the ground, obviously. You
Would that
fucking
count as like a
idiot.
third hit though? Can you hit it as many times as you can as you want?
Is it a third head?
A third hit?
I don't know how many times you can hit it. I just know that you can kick it.
Okay.
I don't know. And
That wouldn't be like a lift or anything?
what is that? You're saying terms I don't know. I just know you can kick the ball.
I know. I mean, like,
What more do you want from me?
I'm gonna ask some of my volleyball friends about that.
Jesus, God, mercy. I'm not even talking about volleyball.
You literally were just now.
I discovered a new sport, Gavin.
Okay, what's the new sport?
I mean, it's new to me. It's been around since the 80s. And it's called, I guess the term would be called sliding. And the people who do it are called sliders.
There's no way.
Not like, I swear to God. I will show you. I have things to show
Are we
you.
talking about carpet slides?
No.
Damn it.
Close.
Those are pretty fucking cool.
I will explain more, but I'll show you a video that gives you an example of sliding that
Slighting or sliding?
sliding and
Ding.
sliders. What the fuck can I not open this up for? I can't full screen it. God damn it. Hold on. Now I gotta fucking find it.
I am Donald John Trump.
It's not like he said, I am Donald John Trump.
I cast Ohio's 82 votes for Donald John
Okay, here it is. Okay, I have it. Why can I fucking pause it now? Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Here is an example of sliding brought to you by a sliding team. Pause that, please, because this is my segment. You can have yours later. Brought to you by a sliding team known as the Decade Brigade. And this is, can you pay attention? because this is what I found and I'd like to show you.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This is the best way I can show you sliding. And here's a little recap of one of the sliding meetups back in 2019. Here we go.
You found this in 2019. Wow, this is some real white people shit. It's limbo. It's literally just limbo. It's limbo.
No, it's sliding. It's not just limbo.
No, it's limbo.
They did one limbo thing. Isn't that fucking
Wow.
sick?
Look at the little monkeys, man. Let's go. These are there's. Where's the diversity in this culture? There's no diversity. There's not. There's people.
There's Hispanic people.
There's people with yellow hair.
There is Hispanic people, I think. Like that.
I'm
guy
sorry.
might
This
be.
got discontinued during the COVID virus. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't. Sliding is still a very real thing, Gavin, and I would appreciate if you take it seriously.
It's like skateboarding on your hands and feet. That's what it is.
It's more than just that.
No, it is just that. I'm not kidding. For the audience, that's what it is. It's just.
They're watching it, unless you're watching at home. So that is the best example if I can give you. So
You don't have any other
started-
examples of that?
I'll get to it.
All right.
The sport started about in the 80s.
By two white guys named John Smith and John Doe.
John Dersh. Let's bring them out.
They're actually here tonight. We have a lot of guests on tonight.
I used to do sliding back in
No,
1963.
see, the thing is that the way you're saying it makes it sound like you're saying slighting. Like I'm having a slight against you.
Well, what fucking sport would be slighting?
Saying insults about you? I don't know. Like,
Is that
sorry,
is that
somebody's
covered
in the
under
pipe.
jester rules?
Jester privilege?
Jester privilege. So it started in the 80s, and it started as a scare tactic.
Into why
At,
kids
like-
should avoid Christmas.
Like
Sorry, I'm in the pipes.
I get it. I'm hitting the pipe. So it started and still is a scare tactic that people use at haunted houses. It started at Knott's Scary Farm, which is at Knott's Berry Farm that they transform into a haunted house
Seriously?
during the Halloween season. Swear to God, in
This is-
California.
This it seems so fake.
I swear to God, Gavin, I have done extensive research and I want you to take it seriously
I can't.
because this is what I found.
It's just sliding on. It's just sliding on your hands and feet. It's skateboarding.
Are
on your
you
hands and
saying
feet.
slighting?
Yeah, I am.
Fucking prick.
Pretentious motherfucker.
Started in the 80s at Knott's Scary Farm with this guy who he noticed that when he found a way to scare people in a way that wasn't just walking up to them. He wanted to get down below their eye level and scare them. So he put on some knee pads on his legs and started sliding. And that's where it came from, was this guy doing it at a haunted house. And it still is mostly used for that today, but now people are doing it at these meetups with like the Decade Brigade, which is one of the teams, the Decade Brigade.
Why are they called the tape? You might have to make that a hot mic. You might have to turn that up on that. But
Yeah, we will. The Brigade today. So I actually
Why are they called that, though?
Because they're
What's their
scary.
history? What's their history?
California. I actually have a video from the guy who invented sliding that gives a little bit better of an explanation than I can. That we'll watch
The
right now.
ultimate Halloween scare tactic: haunt sliding. 21 minutes long, huh?
We're only gonna watch a minute, I promise.
Sliders recaps.
Hello, monsters, fiends, and fans of the Halloween haunting
Todd.
experience.
He invented sliding.
Especially those
He
of you
invented talking?
looking to become
Sliding.
a haunt slider. Yeah, the guys with the metal bits on the gloves and the shoes, and they scrape across the ground and get amazing scares at Halloween events. If you've ever wondered where to get all that information to do it yourself, here you are. This is Sliders Recaps.
Wow.
I'm T, the original Ghost Town Slider.
It's Todd.
How did you come up with this?
I just told you.
Oh,
I was the very first person to put the metal bits on gloves and shoes and get those scares.
yeah, but how would they know? How would he know?
Because nobody else was doing it. I don't know. Every article says it.
It was the 80s. Nobody knew what everybody else was doing in the
They
world.
had smartphones.
Great. Now we muted it.
How'd you mute it?
Pressing M.
Stop.
To put the metal bits on gloves and shoes and get those scares
Fidget spinner.
at Knott's Halloween Haunt way back in the day. If you're
80s.
ready to learn how to be a slider, this is the place to be.
Okay.
If you think hearing the word slider means I'm going to talk about hamburgers or some sci-fi show from the 90s or, I don't know, baseball, you're way off. It's this. Roll the title sequence.
They also love metal music and Slipknot. I've noticed. Which is fine. I love both of those things. Here's a little recap. See? He was out at that hockey rink.
With T.
Now, this series is primarily going out to
Top.
those of you who want to try this for the first time.
So that was pretty much all I wanted to show you of that. But that gives a little bit of
Wow.
a history, introducing you to a.
So you're getting into that then, right? You're gonna have a slide meetup whenever you go to LA. You guys meeting up in there? You guys
Yes.
hanging out with T?
That's why. Well, I have low T's, so I kind of need to. So that was kind of just introducing you to a slider. The original slider, not just a slider. And now I would like to...
Can I see more sliders?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to introduce you to one of the Decade Brigade members. Here's a little interview with one of the Decade Brigade members.
Carter
You'll get it in a minute. He'll say it. You don't need to say it. And here's one of the members of the Decade Brigade, which is one of the sliding teams.
They're gay.
My name's Carter, and my Decade name is Fryboy. I began sliding a little over a year ago. It's fun. I don't know. There's a lot to the sport, and you can progress a lot in it, and I love that, the competitive factor of just being able to push myself. I joined the Decade Brigade a couple months ago.
Who's the best?
Probably T. He was the original.
Last couple shows that I've done have been at schools, which have been a great experience. The first one was Dia de los Muertos, and the second one was Slide Into Reading, which I performed as Where's Waldo. There's so much that can be done with this sport, especially from what I've just seen.
I don't know. It kind of looks like the sport's kind of dying, but
take it to the next level. Make it bigger. Let people know what this is. A lot of people that come out here and see this for the first time, they're very confused on what it is, and I just wish there was more people to know about it. Ooh, in a wheelchair. I'll definitely be riding around in a wheelchair. My knees already hurt, and I'm already 20. It's bittersweet because you put so much effort into it, but then you feel the impact a couple days after. My name's Carter, and
I forgot it stops right there. So that's one of the Decade Brigade members, Carter, a.k.a. his Decade name is Fryboy, in case you were wanting to look him up. And the weird thing is, and not that there's anything wrong with this, it's just kind of an odd sport. It's a sport. It's definitely taken up by a lot of neckbeards, as I like to say.
Incels?
But they're all no, not incels. Just you would think it would be a lot of quirky guys, and it is. But some of these
fellas.
people, and not that there's anything wrong with it, some of these people are very normal. They're just I went to some of their Instagram pages, which I will not shout out, and
why not?
Because I don't want people to go there and be like, hey, Carson sent me here. I don't need millions of people going to doing that.
Millions of people.
But they're all very normal people. One of the guys' pages was
They're
he was just posting
They're gonna
pictures.
think that you
He
was
was
stolen valor.
just posting pictures with his girlfriend, very just it wasn't anything weird. I didn't.
And then the next
he wasn't
slide was him
posting
sliding.
he wasn't posting pictures. No, he didn't have any mention of sliding on his Instagram page, which I thought was very interesting.
He's embarrassed. It's not a real sport.
And I was like, oh, this was a couple years ago. Maybe he got out of it, deleted all of his stuff because it was kind of nerdy. No, dude, he's still on the team. He's still on the Decade Brigade, which is the only Instagram I will shout out.
Dude,
but I would expect to go to one of their accounts and just see pop figures everywhere and you know what I mean? Just or just I don't know, just I would expect them to be kind of just
Marvel enjoyers.
Marvel fans.
Typical
yes.
anime Marvel enjoyers.
Right. I mean, yes. And again, I mean that with peace and love. I mean,
peace and love.
The shit that I'm into could be considered weird, such as BDS. I mean, basketball.
Yeah, basketball.
No, but like some people might be
vintage.
like, oh yeah, that guy's definitely into that thing, and that's really corny
scalping
that he
people.
is. Ska.
Scalpers. No, this is honestly, I bet before Slipknot came around, they were listening to ska music. Because
I would say so. I just followed them.
Let me put it this way:
2,900 followers. I almost have more followers on Double Cup Vintage.
Wow.
Shout out Double Cup Vintage.
Let me just put it this way: Slipknot would be where they are today without ska. I had to say it. I mean, think about
not Morbid Angel, not any of those, not any other bands that invented blast beats or anything like that. You think ska is the reason Slipknot
they
is
got
what
their
they are
balls
today.
buzzed. So, I mean,
You know, you are right.
I just don't. You don't just make this up. Go to their Wikipedia page. Go look up Slipknot and
Slide with the Decayed Brigade,
No,
Southern California
no, I-
Sliders on
Is this the end of the segment yet? Or
April
like how long,
30th.
How long is the segment usually going
April
for?
30th, 2022, 3 p.m. at Chapman Sports Park. If you guys want to go check that out. Why don't you tell
Wait,
them?
aren't you
tell them
gonna
we
go?
sent you. Tell them. No, I won't be there then. I will be out. I will be gone. I'm only there for a
Like
week.
is this like a LA only thing? Is this like a LA
It
based?
seems very.
What if I learn how to slide on ice?
It would be called ice hockey.
No, not
Ice skating.
No. See, you're discounting the sport that you say that you invented. I mean, the one that you found.
You want to know what you would be? You'd be a piece of shit.
If I started sliding on ice, because
You'd be a son of a bitch.
because it's not sunny and 70 fucking degrees all year round here in goddamn Missouri.
Do you think you can only slide during the summer?
Yes, you would.
How?
There's no.
Does
there-
a skateboard
There's
slide
no
in the winter?
asphalt like that in Missouri. I'll tell you that much.
There's a hockey rink like a little ways away from here.
There's a hockey rink by it, but guess what?
Floor hockey.
But guess what? That's hockey. That's not. I want a sliding.
They were
rink.
using it to
I'm gonna
slide in Chapman Sports Park on April 30th of this year, 3 p.m.
and
Southern
you
California.
better be there or be square.
Slide with the Decay Brigade.
Why do they call it the gay brigade?
It's because of like the horror thing. Because it's
more
not
like the
just
gay
the sport.
brigade.
They're
yeah.
not. All right, dude. Don't need to get canceled again. That's the end of my segment.
Wow. Did you make this?
Look what I found.
Did you make this?
Look what I found.
Excuse me.
Look what I found.
Segment's almost over.
Look what I found. Look what I found. Look what I found. Look what I found. Look what I found.
Did you not hear me mention that I made it?
No, you didn't make that, really.
I made it.
No, seriously.
Yes. I went on YouTube and I found a free song that I could use, and then I did the vocals.
Cool.
So I made the song. I just downloaded the beat and all of that, and then I recorded my vocals at about midnight the other night when I was drunk.
Okay. Is
After
why
the
they're
Oscars.
Is that why they're so low?
That's why my keyboard is sticky with whiskey.
Whiskey dick.
Wild
Full
turkey.
of just wiki discs.
I got whiskey finger.
Hey, ladies. Do not mess with this man when he is drunk.
My finger won't stop moving.
My finger just gets tired after a little while.
If you know what
If you don't want to,
if
buddy.
you know what I mean. I got lockjaw finger.
I got tetanus.
I'm
I'm stiffer than a board.
right. Right.
God's the finger. Resurrected with
God's-
magic powers.
God's famous child, Jesus, died next month.
Yeah. He was resurrected.
So that was my segment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed, look what I found. Look what I found. Will be
Check
back.
out the Look What I Found Instagram page at Look What I Found.
Look what I found.
Look what I found. Look what I found.
Yeah, I made that song. That was my song.
Wow.
Gavin Albert
Sorry. I jumped the gun.
Pujols is back on the Cardinals.
And it's his last ride, too.
It's his last ride.
He's not playing any more seasons.
They're sending him out. They're sending him out
They're
to pasture.
yep, they're sending him out to greener pastures, putting a sandwich in a hole and throwing the sandwich in, and he'll follow it. And then
Right.
they just do it there.
My picture got used.
Bang.
So most likely, my a picture I made will be the thumbnail for Office Hours this week.
Bang.
that I made myself. Go make fun of me for how bad my photoshopping skills are. But it did take me 10 hours, which is my fault. I will give that on myself. It's a learning curve.
You were doing it while I was here.
I could have said no. I did finish it up while Gavin was here.
But at least you did it. You know, got out of the way.
Albert Bruckheimer is back. Can you tell me more
no,
about
Albert Pujols is back.
Right. Oh, Jesus.
I'm worried that poster's going to fall now.
What do you think would happen if it falls?
It would hit me.
No. We just watched that video of that guy knocking that wall down. You think that thing's going to fall on you?
Not the wall.
What just happened to your arm? What did you hit it on?
The bottom of this painting.
Painting. It's definitely not a painting.
Okay, whatever it is.
Of Skip
So
Schumacher.
actually, that's one of my favorite players. He's
He's
actually a
on
coach. He's a coach for the Cardinals now. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He was a young man, I thought.
I mean, he's definitely no. He's like 40 now.
Egg on my face.
But Albert Pujols is back, and it's really nice to see him back because I remember as a 12-year-old how upset I was at seeing Giancarlo Stanton go from the Miami Marlins to the Yankees. No, I'm sorry. Albert Pujols from the Cardinals to the Angels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we're talking about. Because it was like, wasn't there like a kind of a controversy?
It was
with
weird
it
because
where it was like
he had literally just won the World Series.
Super Bowl. Yeah, in 2011.
Yeah, they just won the World Series. Why would you not want to come back and like try to go for a repeat?
Well, I mean, Tony La Russa retired. Or no, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He went to another team.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Egg on my face.
There's a lot of egg on your face, dude.
There is.
But
I bought so much egg.
It's really cool. It's honestly really cool because
But do you remember the controversy at all?
Not really. I would just remember him saying that it was like God's decision and stuff like that. And
I thought it was more than that. That he was just like, I don't know. I remember it being like a whole thing because there was like people were like have actually been like super upset up until now.
No, yeah.
Like it's been a 10-year grudge that most people have had against Albert.
Yeah, because it's like why wouldn't you
legitimately,
return?
Like,
Like he had been in St. Louis for 10 years at that point. Yeah, 10 years at that point.
And like
it was
said,
like,
it
why
just
would
won
you
the World
sign a
Series.
10-year contract with the Angels when you just won a? Yeah, that was what it was.
Shit, I didn't know that.
And then he got waived before the end of it, and then got picked up by the Dodgers. So that's why he was on the Angels for so long, and then got picked up by the Dodgers, and now he was a free agent again.
But when he left, he really wasn't like you didn't hear anything about him after he left the Cardinals.
Exactly. But he still hit like 300 home runs.
No, right.
Yeah,
But like you could be a great home run hitter and be a garbage player.
Well, the Angels
all around.
made the playoffs like once, I think, while he was there. So that's one reason why. And that just shows how shitty the Angels organization is. I feel bad for Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout because they're getting absolutely wasted there.
I
Sorry.
don't hear about Mike Trout either.
Exactly. I'm sorry, but
You heard about him all the fucking time when he was a rookie and shit like that. Now you don't hear anything about him.
Now he's just part of the game, you know.
Now he's just a fish.
Yeah. No, but it's really cool to see him back and hanging out with, and it's even better and even less like bittersweet that he's leaving. It's just kind of like this is it. You know what I mean? Like this is the perfect ending because he has Molina and Wainwright also retiring at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Which is like insane to think about. And you know, before the signing happened, I was talking with my roommate Dylan about this. I literally told him the night that he got signed, I was like, think about the amount of ticket sales that they would make just by having Albert Pujols on the roster. He doesn't even have to play.
Right.
People would just show up at the
Just to see him.
thought of maybe catching a glimpse of Albert Pujols.
Well, like I'll get into more of this in a minute, but like I am even like I want to go see a game.
Yeah.
Like I need to go see a
Yeah.
game this season. I don't even care where I'm sitting. I need to see a game.
Yeah.
And I don't give a jack squat about. I mean, I don't watch sports. I don't really have an invested interest in sports. I do like sports, but not enough to watch it. And I really want to go make sure I see a game this year.
Well, I mean, we can see if they're playing the Dodgers at all this season. We could go to a Dodgers game too because I know you like the LA teams.
Yeah, that's true. Because I want to maybe be an LA boy one day.
Yeah, and not the Angels. I don't think they're.
I have no interest in the Angels. I don't
they're
think
different leagues.
Nobody's an Angels fan the same way nobody was a Rams fan.
And nobody was a White Sox fan until last season either.
Did the White Sox do really good?
Yeah, they were pretty good last season.
Oh, I didn't.
They made the playoffs for the first time in like forever.
Well, Dodgers won last year.
Yeah, exactly. LA's the city of champs once again, baby. No,
wait, that's because they have good funding now.
Yeah, they have money.
But they did it before. I'm watching Winning Time,
You're right.
which they didn't have fun in then. But that's not what we're talking about.
But
Talking about Albert,
but Albert Pujols, I think he has the opportunity to hit 700, his 700th home run.
what is he at right now?
679.
Hmm. I
So
bet he'll do it.
21 home runs by the end of the season.
It's easy.
Seems easy.
He could do that in a game.
Maybe.
Why isn't he just doing the home run derby?
Well, it's actually insane whenever you go look at some of his stats from the World Series. He had like 2 home runs and like 4 RBIs in like multiple games.
There
it was
one
like a
game where
regular
he got
occurrance.
3 home runs.
Yeah, it was a
and
regular
6
occurrence.
RBIs.
Yeah,
In the last game.
yeah,
of
it was
2011.
it was amazing.
2006, I can't
Yeah.
remember which year. But yeah,
And he was
an
an
insane player.
integral part to that team, and
That team.
it's like I said, they're gonna make a lot of money. I think that the Cardinals. I said this last season whenever he was on the waivers, or got off the waivers from the Angels and being so ungraciously like released by them.
Right, which is kind of where this all started. Is
Yeah.
It was like kind of rumored, and they're like, "Oh, wouldn't that be cool if we
Yeah.
did?" And I know that fizzled out, but why was it like all? Do you know why it was like just literally in the span of a few hours that it was like this is happening? I'm sure they were in talks for a while, but
it actually they were in talks for a little while. I remember like I said, I was literally talking to my roommate Dylan right before that. I was like, think about that, and like, I was like, Albert Pujols is trending right now on Twitter. I bet something, maybe something's gonna happen soon. And this was like 11:15 at night on Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, and I was like, 2 minutes ago, the main Cardinals reporter for The Athletic tweeted out that he's signing.
right,
Right as I clicked it, and I was like, dude, I gotta tell everybody,
right,
because it's nostalgic and
Mhm.
it's really cool, and the annoying part to me is that the Cardinals are so like homey, they're such homers where they're like, we're gonna stay with Matt Carpenter even though he sucks, like we're gonna stay with. We're going to stand by these people who have been with our organization for a long time,
Right.
even though they may suck.
yeah,
And I think that this was a perfect opportunity because I know that the new manager, because it's not Schilt anymore, said that he wants to win a World Series, but that's not going to happen this season.
Who is the new guy?
I don't really know, to be
Okay,
honest
I
with
don't
you.
know either.
But
I keep asking people, and they say
yeah.
the same thing.
I don't know. But and I'm just super excited. I saw that news and I was just flabbergasted because it was finally happening, and I'm glad it's his last season. Cause
Literally 11 years since
Mhm.
he was last
Yeah.
on. He last played for the Cardinals. So,
Yep.
if you guys don't know, if anybody's listening, which there are people who listen outside of the St. Louis area, maybe who aren't from here or anything like that, and who maybe don't understand.
and you
I
don't
feel
know
like,
who Albert Pujols is?
Like, right, go fuck yourself, Day. But I feel like it seems like the majority of people seem to understand the significance of it. Because I think the 2006, 2011, those teams were just such like kind of pretty legendary teams in a way. You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
Not just in St. Louis, but like Albert Pujols was just like such a like what I would say the biggest, most important Cardinals player of like our generation. You know what I mean? Like that's who we would think of even to this day as like.
Yeah. Well,
you
a
know
lot
what I
of
mean? He
people
was
still
just,
have Pujols jerseys. Like they still
right.
wear them.
He was just like such a big deal to us and everything, and like just so important to the game, and like Gavin said, our upbringing, and that's
Like
very
the
nostalgic.
2006
so.
and 2011 Cardinals were not good teams. They just weren't good teams,
Right.
and that's what made them so legendary. Is that they were able to make these kinds
The
of runs. Like,
underdogs.
yeah, I mean, like they literally had to win the wild card to get into the playoffs.
Right, I was there at that game.
In 2011.
I
You know
was
what I
at
mean?
that
So
game.
like,
I was at the
I was in
there
Milwaukee whenever they won the World Series because we were at a tribute
playing.
band
Oh, nice.
concert.
I was at it was a Cubs game, and I had box seats because my friend's dad is rich.
Well, whenever they made it to the wild card.
Yeah,
game.
when they made it. Sorry, that was
the
was
wild
like
card game was in Atlanta.
that was still like the deciding game though that they had to make it into it, and that was the game I was at.
I was at the
that
game where
year.
Albert Pujols hit the eye out of Big Mac.
Were you really?
Yeah.
No shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's way cooler than mine because again, if you're not from St. Louis, that's a legendary thing There's
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 Big
Mac Land.
I don't think it's there anymore. I don't think there's that sign there anymore. But it's called
Are you
something
sure?
else. Mhm.
I thought it was there last year and I saw it. Sorry, I did a little coke.
But he hit the eye out of that. I remember, or it might have been a different occasion. There have been.
That's true. I think he did it twice.
He did it twice. I think he might have hit the G, but he was at a game where he hit a letter out of Big Mac.
And explain the significance of that.
Big Mac Land is on like the 3rd level out of 4. It is a very high.
But what happens if someone hits it?
If somebody hits
that section?
everybody in the stadium gets a free Big Mac the next day.
Right.
And 6 is a serious number too.
Who gives a fuck about that? Everybody gets that. But the Big Mac Land, that was such a big deal, and I remember when that happened and hearing about it. It's like, wow, no fucking way, that's crazy.
It's so high up there.
Yeah,
and
it's cool because it's a fluorescent sign.
Yeah.
And he literally, like, when you hit it, it breaks.
Yeah, it was a neon.
It explodes.
So.
Super
neon,
cool, not fluorescent.
Super duper.
Yeah,
cool.
so I am not much of a sports fan. I love
me and Christian were
sports.
talking about going to a game, and
Cardinals
the tickets.
game?
Yeah, the tickets still aren't that bad. They're really. I was expecting them to go
this next week. Let's buy tickets. Let's all get
Yeah,
I'm serious.
we gotta find a good day.
I thought someone was knocking. No, really, we should go do that for sure. I definitely want to get all the boys together. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But I'm not much of a sports watcher. I do love sports. I just don't care to put the time into watching it. But this has got me very excited to actually want to watch baseball for the first time ever. And I feel like baseball is like probably one of the most boring sports to watch.
No, it is.
But like, I just want to watch
football. In my opinion, is one of the more boring sports.
Yeah, for me, baseball is. I think it's a little bit longer.
Football's really boring.
It is
to me
boring,
because there's just so many fucking commercials. I hate the commercials.
True.
Baseball, there can
baseball.
be like at least 15 minutes of like no commercials.
No, that's a good point.
And watching in person is it's like Disney World to me. Watching any sports game live is like a Disney World experience where it's just like the coolest thing on earth.
Which I'll be able to see my first basketball game next
and
week.
that was even if it is nosebleeds, it's still pretty cool.
And we'll talk about that next week. But I'm just very excited. It's just fun. It just feels good. It just something feels right about it. You know what I mean? Something feels right in my life for once.
I was kind
of the past 10 years I haven't felt whole.
Now Albert Pujols
you know what I mean?
Now Albert Pujols is back, so now you feel Pujols.
He put the poo in my hole, and now I feel whole again. Pujols again.
Yeah.
It's just exciting. It's just fun. It's just it's very exciting if you're a St. Louis person, and I just want people to understand where that excitement comes from, even for someone who doesn't give a green fuck about sports.
He was the reason why a lot of kids watched baseball. And
he was the reason I came out.
Yeah. Yep.
Said that I actually do enjoy watching sports. I came out and said that today.
Yep.
Gavin, I got more stuff, but announcement real quick. We're going to be doing a virtual episode next week. We're doing that not because of me, not because I'm going to LA. Nope, folks. I got all the time in the world because I just want you guys to know that my interest level relies on making this show good, and somebody else here couldn't really care less. And I'm doing this play, and I'm so busy, and I have to drive. I gotta drive all the way there to use all that equipment you spent all your money on, and I didn't even want to offer to pay for any of it. Gavin's got to play. He's got Tech Week. So we will be virtual next week, which might not matter to anybody else. And it's not that big of a deal. Who gives a fuck? It's just
we still have audio.
We won't be able to touch. We won't be able to touch. We won't be able to touch. Just letting you guys know that, and it'll be a fun episode because we'll talk about my trip to LA. Don't know if I mentioned that. Gavin.
Number 7.
What are you?
Why did God, Number 7.
Gavin
watches porn and gets naked.
What are you listening to this week? In our segment that we don't have a theme song for, What You Listening To, where Gavin and I will recommend music that we're listening to in the past week. most recently that we would like to recommend to each other and to the audience. Gavin, what are you listening to, huh?
Well, because I think we didn't do one last week.
We didn't do one last weekend. I missed it.
Okay. That was a lot of words really fast. Because we missed it last week, I
come from a family of auctioneers. I'm sorry.
So this week I'm recommending.
Oh, like you didn't play 75,000 sounds over what I was saying, and you can't hear one without throwing a hissy fit.
Hands off, big boy. So this week I'm listening to Polygon by Battle Tapes.
Yes, finally we can talk about battle tapes.
So I even know the only reason I know about this band is because they have a song in Grand Theft Auto 5, and it is on the radio station Radio Mirror Park, and it just hits different.
Which as an audiophile like myself, that's very upsetting that Gavin only finds new music from either video games or TikTok.
I mean, hey.
Which isn't that just the voice of our generation, huh?
No, seriously, this album is great.
It is.
There is a lot of really good songs in here, and it's like techno music. It's techno. I have no other way of explaining it. It's like techno, dubstep-y, rocky, alternative rock dubstep. That's the way I would describe it. It's alternative dubstep.
It's like heavy techno.
Yeah, and
it's like the heavy metal version of techno.
Yeah. It's good. It's really good. And in the car, it makes the basses booming.
Right.
Every single song on here I've listened to at least a few times. But Feel the Same is a song that's from GTA. And that song usually has a different ending on the recording that I have of it. But on this album, they cut out that weird ending.
Just don't feel the same.
Yeah. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of voice simulation and weird stuff that they do, and it's all the really tiny things that they do that really, like a different chord one time, or something that makes it a little bit more exciting. And they have guitar, real instruments that do some of these sounds, like in Graveyard Shift. Graveyard Shift is one of my favorite songs, and that song has guitar in it. And my top 4, the whole album is great, but Belgrade, Valkyrie, Graveyard Shift, and Feel the Same are all really good. I like Valley People too, but only to a certain extent. But really good.
Valkyrie
really
is
good.
just that's a summer banger.
Listen to that with my windows down. But yeah, so go ahead, check that out. Fantastic album, and it was kind of what got Carson back into music.
Kinda, yeah.
It was what got Carson back into Aphex Twin.
It's what got Carson back.
We got Carson back from the Taliban. We got him back.
I'm back on the saddle again, guys. No more drugs.
No, not the saddle again. Taliban.
Salad again?
No.
Is that a restaurant?
Okay. Yeah, so what'd you make?
What did I make?
What'd you make this week?
I made spaghetti bolognese.
Ooh. What are you listening to this week, Carson?
Well, I just wanted to give my real quick, this is not what I'm listening to, but I wanted to give my endorsement of Battle Tapes in that album, Polygon. Gavin recommended it to me probably about 3 weeks ago now, and I really like it a lot. I'm very much enjoying that album. I still listen to it every once in a while, and I just want to give my endorsement. So I wanted to do this last week because this album just came out recently, and it's partially a what's the word I'm looking for? I wasn't told to say this.
Sounds like you were told to say this.
I wasn't, and I've never been told to say anything. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. But a family friend of mine, I guess I would say a friend of mine, my oldest brother Logan, his friend since childhood, who's a family friend and everything like that, and someone who I would consider a friend. His band that he is in released an album recently, and I'd always
being told to say this, by the way.
What? Oh yeah, I was not told to say this. I was not paid any money to say it. And I had not. I'll be completely honest. I had not listened to any of their music up until they released this first single, and then I was like, oh, I should check that out because my brother Logan and his friend posted about it, and I was like, oh shit, I should give that a listen. And sometimes when people release music or say they're releasing music, and you're like, oh cool, and you check it out, and you're like, yeah, man, that was good. That was good. Yeah.
What are you trying to say, Carson? I've released music before.
I didn't know that. But like I've released music too. We won't talk about that though. Maybe one day. But like you know what I mean though? Like you know people who will like release music or say they're releasing music and you check it out and you're like, ooh, that was really bad. Like you just take it with a grain of salt sometimes. Yeah. So I went in this with I went in that with this mentality. I'll just, be completely out front. I usually do.
Oh my God.
And I will be completely honest, completely transparent here. I was blown away by the first song they released called Nosedive by the band The Timberline. That's the name of the band, The Timberline. I was completely stunned by this song. It was I really didn't know what to expect. It's just a perfect pop punk, heavier pop punk song, and it's amazing. And then they released like 3 more singles that were all just like back to back, just super good. And then I believe last week, I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago, they released the full album Ultraviolet. And again, it's just a really good album. The production level is
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago today, actually.
Oh, really? The production level of the album is just like, it just blew me away. Like everything about it is just like, it's just so good. And I just didn't expect that at all. And it was like just a great unexpected thing. And I give my shining endorsement to it. And it's just, if you like pop punk type stuff, it's not like super pop punky. It's not like
Deadmau5 has a Nosedive song as well.
Shout out Deadmau5. It's not super pop punky. It's not like obnoxiously pop punk, because there are stuff like that. It's just good. I don't know how else to say about it. It's just really, really good, and it's just really well done. And I want everybody to check it out. I'm not being paid to say this, so everybody go check that out. Ultraviolet by the Timberline. Nosedive, of course, great song. I like Hometown Heart a lot, and man, I don't know. Maybe Ignition. I don't know. They're all really good, honestly. But Nosedive for sure. That was the first song I heard, and really just on repeat all the time. Go check that out, though. Really good. Even if you're not like super into pop punk, I think this is a good like stepping stone into it. Like, because like I said, it's not too much. Because some pop punk is like, okay, and it's not fucking MGK pop punk. It's not Poser pop punk.
I still can't get over that he did that though.
Like, it's whatever. I don't really care. Who gives a shit? He's having fun. He's making a shit ton of money. But he did also say that he would fuck Kendall Jenner when she was 17. Gavin, one real quick thing I wanted to bring up is I choked really bad at a wedding a couple weeks ago.
Were you gonna propose to the bride? The bride to be.
I choked up. I just couldn't do it.
Did you like choke? Like Heimlich maneuver choke?
I thought.
Uh-huh.
I'll keep this quick because we do need to get out of here, but I wanted to make sure I brought it up. I was eating food during dinner because we had a break, and in case you don't know,
someone stuck their dick down his
they
throat.
shoved it right down my carm. In case you don't know, whenever I work weddings, we don't really have time to eat just because we're working the whole time. Like we'll eat snacks and stuff like that when we can, but the first time we really get to eat is at dinner. So I'm pretty hungry usually, and I have an issue sometimes of not chewing food up enough and swallowing too much, which is a weird thing to say, and that's what she said. And this particular time, which has happened before, but this was definitely the worst it's ever happened. I was eating. It was kind of like Mediterranean food. So I was eating naan bread, which is very dry unless you dip it into something.
Like stretchy.
Yes. So I was eating that and chicken. And the chicken, no offense, was dry. So it was 2 dry things, and I did not chew it up enough, and I swallowed it, and it was like, it's not like it gets caught here. It's like it gets caught here. So it's like I can still breathe, but like it's just like this horrible pain, and like I can feel my throat trying to like push it down, and it can't. Like I'm serious, like because it'll relax and it'll feel fine, and then when it tries to squeeze it through it, it's just like a horrible tight pain right there.
Did you drink water?
I'll get to that. So I was like, okay, this is bad. This is
okay. This is bad. I need to get intubated.
Like I could breathe, but I couldn't really talk very well.
Yeah.
And like it was stuck. And so I just gave it some time, and I was just like, okay. And I'm like, okay. Usually, what helps is what will help whenever that happens is like sometimes I'll sit there and I think it'll go through, and like sometimes I'll have to raise my arms up, and then that'll help it pass through because it gives your ribs room to move. So I went to the bathroom, which was a public bathroom. So I had to wait for people to leave so I could stand in the stall with my arms in the air, hoping to let it pass. And I tried that, and I did that for as long as I could before someone came in and nothing happened. So I was like, okay, it's scary. Whenever you feel that and you get stuck there,
yeah, you get like
you
that
like
sense
don't
of
want
doom.
You what?
You get like that sense of doom.
Right.
I've choked on a Werther's Original.
Oh Jesus!
It was terrifying.
And for me, like I don't want to drink water because it doesn't feel good when you first put it in there, because you don't want to put anything in there. You feel like you don't want to, because it's like
I don't want to put anything.
It's gonna back up into my mouth, and so it's always scary to drink water. But like I know that's what helps. So I'm like, okay, let me just go get my water bottle. So it was in like this kind of back room where we had our stuff stored, where there was the 2 photographers in there eating. And so I just walked in and picked up the water, drank a big gulp of it, and then I can feel it.
He goes, doop.
I can feel it stop where the food is, and I can feel it right here. I can feel the water. Where it's like, if I was talking, it would be like this.
Yeah.
Like it's tickling my uvula because the water's just stuck from here up to there. So I'm just sitting there like, still nothing's happening. And I'm like, I'm like, these 2 guys, like you're one of the guys and there's another guy sitting there. I'm facing the wall over here, just kind of like, just
natural.
Like looking at the wall where there's like one picture to look at.
Very natural.
And I'm just like panicking, and I'm like, okay, like I'm like, in a couple seconds, I'm gonna need to turn around and tell these guys, you're gonna have to give me the Heimlich, because I'm gonna have to give you the Heimlich because there's shit stuck in me. And luckily, I finally just felt like this release, and I was like, okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm fine. But I was in pain for the rest of the night, and I was like shaking because I was so like worked up about it. But oh man, it was miserable. But I wanted to tell that story because I thought
it was gonna be like you didn't catch the bride's fucking
thong.
Yeah, yeah, the fucking bouquet.
Why would I have to catch it?
I don't know. I was thinking of wedding traditions that are dumb.
Why don't you play that outro music, huh?
I'm so tired, man. Fuck.
Jesus, dude.
I gave you a clip of it. I didn't know if did it send correctly.
Yeah, I got it. I didn't know. I thought I just needed it for the video for the last week because we didn't play it. So I put it in the video. Gavin, give us an outro, huh? So we can get out of here.
Can they still see me on there?
Yeah. Yeah. You blended into the poster.
Hopefully nobody okay. Hopefully nobody chroma keys me or something.
Hopefully nobody chroma keys you.
Well, everybody, thanks for listening to the It Takes All. I'm saying it like this.
Well, everybody,
thanks for listening to the It Takes All Kinds podcast, episode 50.
Are you one of the Nelk boys?
56.
I hope I said the number right at the beginning.
Thanks for listening so much. Keep sharing, keep showing, keep caring, and keep laryngitis all over the sheets.
And don't forget, we'll be doing a virtual episode next week.
So I bet you're gonna be intrigued. We're just keep releasing new stuff for you, and you're gonna like it.
Goodbye, bye.